A season's greetings to everyone as we are now into the last month of the year. December always brings with itself a new update with some brand new hats, unusual effects, maps, and possibly war paints. For our mercenaries to dress up in the warmest attire to reflect some of the world's current seasonal temperatures. Not where I am though, the land down under is an absolute sweatfest during this time of year, and it's only going to get worse and quite possibly more dangerous. But all I know is that I don't even want to think about going outside where my flesh is going to be slowly singed off my body. Oh, what's that? Touching grass during Christmas in Aussie land? That ridiculous. I'll just stay inside where it's air conditioned and safe and pretend I'm in a winter wonderland making some snow angels and playing some video games. And at TF2 during these seasonal events is all about the new items Valve are going to grace us with so they can hopefully make and break the previous year's quota of profits made. Of course, with the least amount of effort put in on their end, you know, as a typical bazillion-dollar corporation usually does. Hats off to the number of singular digit devs that are making a sacrifice update in this game. We appreciate it. If only your bosses could spare some more resources into this beloved game, then we'd see some real change. Though that is hopes and dreams, ladies and gents. Now, as usual, these videos showcasing my wish lists for upcoming updates will credit each and every one of the workshop creators who put their time and effort into making these FX and items. Each of these workshop items will be linked in the description, nicely listed and timestamped in the order that they are shown in the video. Go check them out if you like any of them and give them some last minute support before Valve releases this Smissmas update within the coming weeks. Now, without further ado, let's get into this.
You need those hats.
I mean...
It's the foundation of my look, but we can discuss it.
We'll start with the cosmetics, and leading the charge is the multi-class cosmetic Country Comfort, which was made by these workshop creators. This snuggly snazzy looking cosmetic is wearable on the Engineer, Medic, Sniper, and Spy, coupling together a stylish tweed cap with a nice woolen scarf and an old smoke pipe. This cosmetic provides the merc such a cool and appropriate vintage look for not only the season, but the period of time these characters are from. Now there are two styles to this cosmetic, one being the cap and the pipe, which is named Chilly, and the other, with all three, which is named Cozy. The cosmetic also being paintable adds more customization to the item, at which the cap and the scarf will be painted the color of the player's choosing once applied. This cosmetic couples fantastically with the already existing suits and coats that exist in the game. I think I, like many, would really want to see this item added in the upcoming Smissmas case. Up next is a cosmetic for the pyro called Mitts and Boots, and was made by these workshop creators. Now these hand and feet protectors are, as stated, pyro only, and will allow the pyro to commence his psychotic M1 massacre in a nice winter fashion. Now these finger and toe warmers also come with a buckled belt with a flame emblem, which I find to be quite a nice addition. The cosmetic is also non-paintable, which I think is a good thing, as plenty of the pyro's body cosmetics that already exist in the game have sufficient paint regions already. Therefore, having these leather and fur gloves and boots as extra paintable cosmetics would be too much in my opinion. They already look nice enough. Next on the cosmetic list is the Wrench Runner, and was made by these workshop creators. This woolen layered stylish coat is Engineer exclusive and contains two styles: on duty, which has the folded woolen collars and an undersweater with a zipper, and off duty, which has the same folded collars but a casual open collared shirt. The coat pairs nicely with already existing Engineer cosmetics in the game, and from what I could see on the workshop page, this is also non-paintable, and I do not mind that as it looks fantastic by itself. No need for paint regions on this coat. The last cosmetic on the list is a duo that form a set for the demo called Bomber's Brim and the Ullapool UnderArmour, and were made by these workshop creators. These two pieces make up a set that is demo main exclusive, which the first piece being the flat cap with bandages covering the upper head and left eye, and a matchstick hanging out of the demo's mouth. The flat cap is paintable, and the bandages have a slight team colored hue depending on what team you're on. The second piece to the set is a plaid coat with metal plating covering the torso, crotch, and collared region on the demo. It is nicely finished off with a front waist pouch, which is also paintable. These two items make the demo look like a true demolitions expert straight out of the World War I era. Fantastic looking set, and I hope to see this come Smissmas.
Look what I have created! I have made fire!
Next up are the unusual hat effects, and leading them out of the gate is the Winter Solstice effect, which was made by these workshop creators. Now, I am a big appreciator of moon effects. Cloudy and Harvest Moon are some of my favorite effects in the game. This rendition of Frosty Cloudy Moon hits the right spot for me, with the pinkish purplish haze over the entire effect, the twinkling stars above the moon, and the frosty clouds covering the base of the moon all work together really nicely. The colors and animations of the effect are nice and subtle and aren't overly erratic and loud. A super good job to this effect's creators, and I'm hoping to see this effect in this year's Smissmas event. The following effect is probably my favorite on the list and is called Nordic Nights, and was made by these workshop creators. This effect's usage and animation of the northern lights is fantastic and done so perfectly. I can't even find the right words to express how much I like this effect. They would do it no justice, but the colors and subtle movements of the animation, the creators of this effect managed to create an absolutely amazing rendition of the Northern Lights into a TF2 unusual effect. The effect comes in two color variations, purple, which is called Nordic Nights, and green, which is called Laplandic Limelight. Try say that 10 times fast. I swear I will be a Grinch all Smissmas if we don't get this effect this year. Don't do this to me, Valve. I need this. I beg of you. Up next, we have the effect called Frostburn, which was made by these workshop creators. I've always wanted a type of Smissmas burning effect in the game. However, I never even thought of a cold fire because I usually think realistically when it comes to elements, unless it's Halloween. But the Frostburn effect gives such a satisfying depiction of what a cold fire would look like. It's almost hypnotizing, you know? It's very relaxing, and unlike regular fire, it's less erratic, very easy on the eyes, and has a great color scheme with its blue and purples. Such a fantastic effect. I can really see this one being a favorite if it gets added this Smissmas. Yes, okay, this effect was on my summer wish list, but hey, it's space themed, okay? And the great thing about space is it's everywhere. So this effect is called Stargate and was made by these workshop creators. This is by far my favorite black hole effect on the workshop. The creators involved did such a fantastic job at making a version of a super black hole that looks actually so much like the one in the movie Interstellar, and that all other black hole effects on the workshop just get lost within its singularity. There's just no surpassing it, and I want this effect so much so I can be super original and name it
"It's not possible"
and describe it
"It's necessary."
Hopefully there's at the very least a 90% chance Valve will add this effect. Now for the last unusual effect on the list, this effect is called Freezing Storm and was made by these workshop creators. So this effect comes in two variations, Freezing Storm, which has a subtle purplish haze to the effect, and Stormy Night, which has a bluish haze to the effect. The directional motion of the frost clouds coupled with the falling rain applies a great rendition of cold freezing rain. The soft white circles and sparkles that appear throughout the animation of the effect also add a really nice majestic and frosty visual. An absolute great job overall, and I'm hoping to see it very soon.
Oh god, here it comes! Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot!
Now, following the hat effects, we have the taunt effects, and the first one up is called Divine Selection and was made by these workshop creators. Now this taunt effect I feel is quite nice. The radial pool on the ground signaling the area of ascension and the shimmering beams of light protruding upwards from the merc's body just gives off a holier than holy effect. I mean, think about it, you just vanquished the enemy off the battlefield. Now taunt and show them that you have been chosen by Gaben himself to ascend into the next life, becoming a Valve TF2 dev.
Thanks, and have fun.
I've seen some shit. Becoming a Valve TF2 dev. Awesome effect, and I'm praying to see this descend from the heavens this Smissmas. Up next, we have the taunt effect called Hoarfrost, which was made by these workshop creators. This effect was just so unique, as so many other effects that try to theme themselves around ice and frost. None have ever really made an effect that looks like the mercs themselves are frozen and encased in a thin layer of ice, or that they've pulled it off very well, or as well as this one. The effect doesn't protrude outwards too far. Shimmering sparkles and frosty mist surrounding the player really adds to that frozen effect as well. well. This is so unique and super well done, which is pretty much the reason why it's made it onto my wish list. Now for the last effect, I chose the Illustrious Triumph effect, which was made by these workshop creators. This effect just screams Enchanted Christmas, as trails of enchanting dust circles the player from bottom to top, whilst the tail of the effect shimmers behind. The effect comes in 3 color variations: Illustrious Triumph, which is gold, Chilling Sensation, which is blue, and Amorous Groove, which is pink. All I can say, when you're in the Christmas cheer, there's nothing like shimmering sparkles to pretty up the bloody bodies of your foes blanketing the battlefield around you. But yeah, cool effect, well done to the creators.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Now for the final group on the list, and that is war paints. And this year, I'm at least hoping for a war paint case unlike last year, but more so I hope it's as good as the summer war paint case that we got. And starting the war paints, we have the Executive Suite war paint, which was made by this workshop creator. And this war paint is just amazing yet so simple, which really makes it all the better.
Ah yes, this war paint is just amazing, yet so simple. It really makes it all the better. No overly complicated textures. Looks like it belongs in the game, and the colors are appropriate.
I mean, the dark iron texture is nicely made. It's dark grey and not too dark. The gold brass is a great mediating texture, classy yet not overbearing, and the wood texture is really nicely made, with a mahogany brown and the grain not overly detailed so it fits in a cartoon game, yet detailed enough that it adds enough realism. Fingers crossed this gets in. Thank you very much, Gaben, please. Next up we have the war paint building site, which was made by this workshop creator. Now this war paint reminds me a lot of a steam engine, with the dark iron, the grey steel, and the copper. It also gives me steampunk vibes, which I'm a huge fan of. The black and grey textures are nicely done with their painterly finish, and the plated copper complements the other textures so nicely. The textures make me think of a big steam engine in the basement of a certain toy factory owned by a certain saint that appears once a year. All in all, fantastic textures, another simple and well executed war paint. So here we have a really nice war paint called Silver Bullet, which was made by this workshop creator. Now this creator should need no introductions, as he has, in my opinion, one of, if not the best war paint on the workshop. But here he's created a fantastic silver and grey war paint that not only works well as the textures themselves look metallic, but they are simple and well executed, especially the custom sticker that works really well with the theme of the paint overall. The war paint also has a custom wear texture, making the war paint even more unique. Honestly, if we get that cool Krampus map on the workshop, this Smissmas update, this war paint would be perfect, as usually it's a silver bullet that is used to bring down the big dangerous monster. Last but not least, we have another war paint with a custom wear. This war paint is called Hot Coals and was made by these workshop creators. This war paint offers a coal-filled Christmas theme, yet, as stated before, this also has a custom wear. As the war paint goes down in wear, hot coals are exposed underneath, which is really cool and works great with the war paint's theme. The textures are all nicely done, and if added, will really offer some unique variety to the war paint collection. Now I did say that was the last war paint, but I'm actually going to do something I never usually do at the end of these update wish lists, and showcase my own war paints really quickly. It's fine, there's just 2 of them, so here they are. And that, ladies and gents, brings this showcase to a close. But before you go, I do want to again refer that each of these workshop items and effects will be located in the description of the video, timestamped and in the order that they were shown. Hopefully we all get a decent Smissmas update, as personally for me it's been too long since we had a good one. For those that are currently experiencing winter weather, I hope it doesn't get too cold for you, and for those who are sweltering in the heat with me, I wish you a cool summer Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas to you all, and now I have to go to the shops to buy food and snacks, which means I have to go out and say hello to the sun and scorched earth. Like and subscribe, and see you later.
No worries, mate. I'll be back from the shops in no time. Bloody hell, it's a bit warm outside. G'day! Ah! Fire! On fire! Gah! Gah! Ah, hell.
Medic! Burning up.
Fire!
Looks like our medic decided to stay behind.
Oh, hell.
Oh! Sniper's a goner! Nah,